Hockey fans, the Michigan Girls High School Hockey Playoffs are live and on the air, and we are here at the Arctic Edge of Canton, where it is the Division One state championship for the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League. This is between Grosse Pointe South as well as Mid-Michigan Alliance. Let's talk a little bit about Grosse Pointe South to begin things as Grosse Pointe South is 22 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. They were in first place in Group A. So a good job getting here. The top scorers for this team is number 68. Molly Reynolds has 47 points on 33 goals and 14 assists. Evans has 37 points on 17 goals and 20 assists. It's Husick with 27 points on 16 goals and 11 assists. Number 44, Haar, with 24 points on 11 goals and 13 assists. And number 7, White, with 24 points on 5 goals and 19 assists. And then Grosse Pointe South coming into the left-hand side. You can hear as Mid-Michigan out here with their dark sweaters on.
Pretty cool sweaters.
Absolutely, they are, definitely. As this place is fired up, Grosse Pointe South is going to be in their white sweaters as they come out.
I can't promise good seats here, Mark.
No, I can't. It is a bunch of people almost. It's nice because we have almost a full crowd here as people keep on coming in. We appreciate that greatly.
I'm not sure if we had this many fans at Nationals.
I don't think so. Yeah, if you go out to ACHA Nationals, you may not see this many folk, to be perfectly honest with you, as they are getting ready to go here. Taking a look, let's flip over as, let me bring up the bracket here so we can talk about how folks got here. Taking a look at the last couple games for Grosse Pointe South, the 3 games before they got into, 3 games before they got into the tournament back on Wednesday, February 12th. They lost to Livonia United at Eddie Edgar Ice Arena. They beat on February 21st. They beat Regina Lutheran North. They just won the D2 championship. They would beat them 7-2. Then on Wednesday 26th, they beat the Eastside Bulldogs 8-1 over at the ESH Ice Arena. Then coming in to get to this spot, they played Bloomfield Birmingham and beat them 2-0 back a week ago. Then last Wednesday they played St. Mary, who the men's team just won the Division III state championship. They beat St. Mary SCA 5-2. So that's how they got here. Now taking a look at Mid-Michigan. Their top scores. Lux is number 1 with 47 points on 20 goals and 27 assists. Taking a look, Huffman has 35 points on 15 goals and 20 assists. Ludwig has 35 points on 11 goals and 24 assists. Garcia 24 points on 16 goals and 8 assists. And Lenahan 20 points on 8 goals and 12 assists. Taking a look at the last 3 games before the playoffs and then the 2 games in the playoffs for Mid-Michigan. They played up at Lakeland Ice Arena, beat Walled Lake 4-0. They played, Mid-Michigan Alliance played the Grand Rapids Griffins U19, beat them 8-0. They played the Eastside Bulldogs and beat them 4-0 back at the Bay County Civic Arena. And then they lost the University League at 1-0. In the playoffs, they first started playing Grosse Pointe North and beat them 6-0. Then they played Traverse City in an epic game between these 2 teams on Wednesday night, and it was a win 2-1. So that's how these squads have gotten to this point.
Some real talent warm-ups. I see Mid-Michigan, 1 goalie.
Indeed, yep.
Same with Grosse Pointe South, each with a single twiner dress.
And these 2 teams have played against each other. Grosse Pointe South beat the Mid-Michigan Alliance on November 15th, 3-1, and then they played one other time. That was back on January 21st, and Grosse Pointe South shut them out 3-0. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. It is very difficult. So Grosse Pointe South, they have the 2-0 regular season wins, but we'll see how this game goes, as it should be an excellent contest between both of these two squads here. As we're seeing a lot of speed, as Mid-Michigan Alliance again is in their black sweaters. They have the lime green, as they have their logo in the front, numbers in lime green on the back and on the sleeves, and then the black pants and the black socks with the black helmets. As Grosse Pointe South has had their white sweaters on, they have the little Grosse Pointe logo for Grosse Pointe South on the front. They have the numbers in blue on the back and on the sleeves, blue pants, white socks with that gold and blue on it, and blue helmets, or dark helmets, black helmets, excuse me. So that's what these two teams are. Grosse Pointe South going from left to right here in this opening period, as Mid-Michigan going from right to left.
Yeah, those are ominous jerseys. I know that one time there was research that dark jerseys gave a psychological advantage.
Really? Interesting.
And those are ominous. Those are, you just look big in them.
Yeah, they do. They do. They absolutely do. So,
yeah, that's quite a warm-up. I'm impressed. And I'm surprised there's only one goalie for each team dressed. That's something for a whole season.
Yeah, both these squads a little bit bigger benches than we saw for the Division II.
Yeah.
Championship that happened again. That was.
And the crowd has turned it up a notch or two for sure.
Absolutely. As Regina Lutheran North won the Division II state championship, we want to congratulate them. And here is the battle for the Division I Michigan Girls High School Hockey League state championships between Grosse Pointe South and Mid-Michigan Alliance. So getting all the pucks taken care of and put out in the nice, wonderful Home Depot buckets that are all over ice rinks. We'll have the starting lineups coming up and then the national anthem. If you are in the area, come on down. There's not a lot of seats, but there are a lot of folks in here cheering. And it's great to see this for women's hockey. It's wonderful.
Growing the sport. And you don't have all the inside information for starting lineups and everything like you do at U of M, do you?
I do not.
You miss me.
Indeed, absolutely. So here's going to be Mid-Michigan. It's Mid-Michigan along the back wall there. Ludwig coming out to the blue line. Lux, top scorer for Mid-Michigan, comes out to the blue line. Garcia coming out to the blue line, starting for Mid-Michigan. Huffman coming out on defense for Mid-Michigan. And also coming out, Montrose. Warren is the goalkeeper for Mid-Michigan.
Tall players on that blue line.
Absolutely. Now here comes Grosse Pointe South starters. Evans skates out to the blue line for Grosse Pointe South. Molly Reynolds out to the blue line for Grosse Pointe South. White skating out to the blue line for the Blue Devils. Audrey Reynolds, defender, comes out to the blue line. Osuki coming out to the blue line. And Rosie Smith, the starting goalkeeper for Grosse Pointe South. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, the playing of the national anthem. as we are getting ready to go here for the Division I state championship game for Michigan Girls High School Hockey League.
Mark, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
To be the home team, did they have to earn that position, or is it a coin flip, or how does that work?
So they were the number 1 seed in the rankings,
Okay.
and Mid-Michigan was the number 2 seed.
Okay.
So good question, and that's how they did it. And so both on the D2 and the D1, the number 1, the number 2 seed made it all the way to the championship.
So they'll get last change. They get that advantage.
Exactly.
Matching lines.
As it is a boisterous crowd in
I'm
here.
not used to this. I've never had to do this at Yost.
we're up on that second level away from everyone, so. But it's fun to be right in the middle of the crowd,
Oh, yeah.
especially a lively crowd like this.
As long as they're not throwing batteries.
Indeed. As that puck sent back as Evans wins it in along the far boards, racing ahead. Here comes Molly Reynolds. Outside the far circle, spins with it. Battle for it into the far corner, trying to pull that away. Trying to get it out there is Ludwig. Shot from the far point as that's fired over by Skewy. Now coming ahead, here comes Mid-Michigan. As that's brought into the zone, offside the call. As Luck's coming over, these are really cool Mid-Michigan uniforms, sweaters. It might be a little hard to catch the numbers on the far side, but I will do my best.
Yeah, they're not designed for you to read.
Very few of these are for us broadcasters. It's brought back, trying to fire it by Russell in along the far boards as that's sent over by Zelenowski all the way down into the Mid-Michigan zone. That puck outside the far circle, trying to fire it right back behind the goal and along the near boards. Here comes Mid-Michigan trying to fire it ahead. That tipped. Is a good job holding it in by Zelenowski coming down the far boards as racing ahead. That gets brought in back over there as that was brought in by Lidke.
Mid-Michigan working out the nerves with some offsides. They'll get that worked out.
14:09 left to go here in the first. Face off in the far face-off circle. That puck brought in along the near boards, trying to fire it ahead over there. Waskevich picked up by Ella Smith right in along the near boards. Now fired all the way along the far boards. Lenhart trying to knock that away, brought back as Audrey Reynolds feeds it down the near boards. And picked up, brought in by Peruski. Knocked down and picked up. Here comes Mid-Michigan. Racing ahead with it is Lux. Lux has it tipped right back into the neutral zone. Now working her way in. Here comes that's Lidke. Lidke has it. Sent right back into the neutral zone. Racing over. Montrose trying to get to it. Pressure from behind as that's pulled back. Back behind. That puck sent along. Backhanded right in along the far boards. Trying to fire it right back in there is Brennan. As the puck into the slot. Oh boy, that came right back in along the near boards. Grosse Pointe South. Ella Smith trying to reset, coming ahead. Audrey Reynolds has it, gaining the zone. That good job. Poke check away by Lenahan. As Lenahan trying to get it into the zone. That tipped back to the blue line. Now fired the other direction. Lenhart goes off. That picked up back behind. Montrose feeding it in along the near boards. Outside the near circle. Here comes Mid-Michigan. As racing ahead with it. Graham trying to knock it away. Husick racing down the far boards. Montrose has it. Montrose chipping it ahead.
A lot of neutral ice play. Everybody trying to feel each other out here.
Grimm trying to knock it away. That comes back into the near corner. Grosse Pointe South trying to get it out of there. Huffman fires it as that was tipped into the near corner. Har trying to feed it down the near boards, getting it out of the zone. Huffman again trying to hold it in at the near point. That off the dasher.
Put that on net. It's trouble. It dipped right in.
Outside the far circle. Battle for it there. Trying to race over as Skewy. Pull it back. Now coming ahead with it. Here comes racing ahead with it into the zone as that fired
Referee
all the way
had his
down.
hand partially up on interference there.
That was Husick trying to bring it in. That puck fired ahead into the neutral zone. Picked up. Now trying to come ahead. That knocked away. Racing in his white. Tipped in along the near boards. Trying to knock it away. Here comes the other direction. That pulled down the far boards and backhanded in deep.
Boy, you better not have your head down because people are coming at you like high speed.
Absolutely. White All the way across the ice. Now racing back over, trying to get to it is Lidke. That is going to be icing and head right back into the Grosse Pointe zone. 11:32 left to go here in the first. 0-0 is our score.
And 0-0 is our shots.
Oh, there you go. It's been a lot of back and forth action in the neutral zone.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some nerves. They're missing people a little bit here and there. They'll figure it out.
Evans versus Garcia in the face-off circle. That tipped into the near corner. Trying to pull it away is Garcia. Back behind Weber, trying to dig it off as that's off the side of the net. Trying to pick it up outside the near circle. White continues to battle as that puck sent all the way across. Gathered up by Montrose. Montrose trying to bring it right back in from mid-Michigan. Montrose sends it to the blue line, able to hold it in. There's a blast over there as that was sent in by Lidke. Puck in along the far boards outside the far circle. Molly Reynolds trying to get it out of the zone, still digging. And pulled away as Lux had it. That puck goes right back behind the goal. Trying to dig it out of there into the slot as Lux trying to fire it and just couldn't get a piece of it. It was bouncing around. That fired all the way back to the mid-Michigan blue line. Corral there as that's pulled away. Coming in, here comes Audrey Reynolds. Audrey Reynolds with the shot. That deflects into the near corner. 10:39 left to go here in the first. White trying to fire it back deep. Picked up into the near corner. Centering attempt goes all the way through outside the far circle, and that cleared all the way down the ice by mid-Michigan.
Yeah, smart. Regroup. Take an ice.
They can get line changes here in high school. You can get a line change on a icing you cannot in college or professional women's hockey.
I'm impressed with the D-to-D regroup. They're using a lot. We didn't see so much in the first game, and that's a good way to get people who are pressing too hard out of position.
Face-off in the far face-off circle as Lodrig trying to won that one, held in at the blue line, still battling as that swept back out to center ice. Now turning on, here comes Lenhart. Lenhart right at the blue line. That's fired back and now brought ahead down the far boards. Mid-Michigan puts it all the way back deep into the near corner. Racing over, trying to get to that is Lodrig. Lodrig trying to dig it out of the near corner, still battling back over there. As Audrey Reynolds trying to get to that. Shot by Huffman from the near point. As
no
there
way
was
she saw that.
Screen out in front. I have no idea how able to see that was Rosie Smith.
Those shots from the point are going to be deadly.
Held in by Montrose at the far point. Now that puck lifted back out into the neutral zone, racing ahead with it.
3-on-2.
Here comes Peruski. Peruski outside the near circle. Peruski top of the near circle. Coming in as that comes all the way back into the near corner with it. Puck down, Har trying to pull it away, that into the zone. As Lux trying to dig it off of the near board, trying to lever it. Peruski in there as well, battling Har. As now Lux trying to get to it, back to the near point. Huffman with a shot, that goes just wide.
Almost tipped.
Picked up back behind Skewy, down the near boards. Huffman trying to dig it outside of the near circle. Now Ella Smith trying to get it to the blue line. Held in, backhanded back over there by Lux. Now coming ahead with it. As that puck, top of the far circle. Huffman with a shot there. Rosie Smith able to knock it away. Still loose back behind. Now coming down the far boards. Racing ahead with it. Here comes Peruski. Peruski gains his own. Peruski takes a shot. That cleared into the near corner. Peruski trying to feed it right back behind the mid-Michigan goal.
Good D. She had nowhere to go. Just dumped it to herself.
As Buffalino had it just outside the near circle. Back into the near corner. That chipped all the way back. Lux trying to get to it. That'll end up being a shot on goal. So Rosie Smith will stop it as Lodwick coming right down to provide pressure. 8:20 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far between these two squads. As faceoff will come in the near faceoff circle. That to Rosie Smith's right.
Good game.
It has been so far, absolutely. Husikin to take the faceoff. Ludwig on the other side.
This obviously means a lot to the players on the ice, just like the fans.
Absolutely, as it is. Energy abounds in this building. Wraparound attempt. Rosie Smith able to get a stop on it. Great job by Ludwig to try and get to that. Even better job by Rosie Smith to hug that far post and keep it out of there.
And there's a lot of action in front of that net without the puck there, too. People tying people up, boxing out.
Mid-Michigan has been done well to keep a player out in front to screen the goalie. That puck right back behind, gathered up, sent in along the near boards. It's Ella Smith trying to get it out of the zone. That held in by Montrose. Goes right back into the far corner. Russell trying to pull it away as Zelenuski had it. Now Russell, wide angle shot. That just off and covered up, grabbed. Glove save there by Rosie Smith. 7:51 left to go here.
Mid-Michigan also has done a nice job of having a forward high in the slot to help with the odd man rush and have a person open to drop in for the shot on net. They're not being covered that high up.
Face-off in the far face-off circle. Evans taking the face-off. It's that shot. Boy, that had a little pepper on it from the top of the far circle. That puck back into the near corner. Lux racing over trying to get to it as that's lifted back by Husick, right back to the near point. Blast there from Garcia as that deflects, coming ahead with it. Here comes Molly Reynolds on another breakaway. Molly Reynolds outside the far circle.
Good G.
Into the far corner. That pulled away. Excellent job by Mid-Michigan. Trying to bring it down the near boards. Garcia trying to feed it ahead. That picked up. Audrey Reynolds gets it right back over to Evans. Evans coming down the far boards. Evans weaves in. Trying to knock that away was Russell. That shot sticked away, back behind by Warren. Puck into the far corner, all the way back to the far point. Brennan with it there. Brennan sends it right back behind the Mid-Michigan goal. Puck into the near corner, centering attempt. Good job to knock it away by the defense. Audrey Reynolds holding it in at the near point. That puck right back behind in along the end boards. Moved down the near boards now, trying to pull that away. That puck right into the near corner. I believe that's Garcia trying to get to it. So icing it is. It will come right back into the Mid-Michigan zone. 6:43 left to go here in the first.
I think it would behoove Grosse Pointe South to make sure none of the points from Mid-Michigan get a shot. I mean, they're either lobbing it and it's dropping, or they're getting some lasers from back there. So they've done a good job of keeping those to a minimum.
And Grosse Pointe South has already shown they have some speed that they can get breakaway if they get puck there.
And block a shot there and go, yeah. I've seen that. That's good.
Face-off in the far face-off circle. That is going to be to Wern's right. As Peruski in to take the face-off. On the other side was Lodrig.
Got to do that harder.
All the way back as that's controlled by Grosse Pointe South in their own zone. Trying to tip it away as Skewy. Battle for it outside of the far circle. Now Grosse Pointe South chips it. They come ahead as it's 2-on-2 coming down. Lenhart has it outside the far circle. Lenhart with a shot. Warren with a save.
What a back check going there, but they still got a shot. Grosse Pointe still managed the shot.
6:17 left to go here in the first.
This period has flown by.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Some good hockey here. You can't tell me this isn't fantastic and fun to watch. Face-off in the far face-off circle at to Warren's right.
It's pure hockey.
Absolutely. Husick takes it, that back to the near point, trying to hold it in. Back over there was Weber. That puck, Graham sends it right back into the far corner. And picked up back over there by Lidke. Lidke sends it all the way around into the near corner. Montrose trying to pull it out of there. That back, Weber holds it in at the near point for Grosse Pointe South. Now the puck down in along the near board. Zelenuski trying to pick it up outside the near circle of our own zone. Zelenuski coming down the far board. Zelenuski.
Tough pass.
As that'll go, that'll be icing. It's just missed the player's stick and all the way down. 5:42 left to go here in the first. We appreciate you cheering and watching and supporting women's hockey. Thank you very, very much. This is the Division I Michigan Girls High School Hockey League State Championships. If you are in the Detroit area on the 16th, March 16th, come check out the BWHL game there. We'd love to see a lot of people so we can prove we deserve a franchise. Puck outside the far circle, lifted all the way back into the zone.
She's
racing
got
back.
A trailer.
Waskevich trying to pick it up into the far corner.
Oh, she's wide open in front.
Oh, that tip back is now Brennan trying to fire from the far point. Picked up. Here comes Molly Reynolds in the slot, and that gets knocked away. Coming down the far boards, Mid-Michigan banks it ahead. Controlled by Molly Reynolds. Molly Reynolds trying to get it over to Audrey Reynolds. Now picked up, coming in White. White trying to fire it. Is that not allowed in? Evans fires it back. Coming down the far boards is Brennan. Brennan puts it deep into the Mid-Michigan zone. That puck picked up back behind, trying to pull it away. As that's chipped in along the near boards, is held in by Audrey Reynolds, top of the near circle. Battle for it in along the near boards. White trying to hold it in. Now that goes all the way back. Racing ahead, Lux trying to get to it first. Lux outside the near circle. Lux underneath the goal line, fires it out in front, and that puck went settled down.
Get a penalty.
As Lux had a driving player from the far side, as that was Benson, I believe, over there that came flashing in, but the puck went settled down, but that gives a power play to Mid-Michigan. 4:36 left to go. White goes into the box.
I got to say, that wasn't a bad penalty because she was going to get an open tip there. That was an effort penalty. Mark, I can't hear myself talk.
Both of these
think.
Out in front, that puck loose, chipped to the blue line, held in there.
There's
a
shot.
Blast out in front as that was
oh my, don't give it to her again.
Into the near corner, that comes all the way back around. Lux into the far corner, Lux trying to dig it out there, battling with Haar in along the end boards. 1 minute, 40 seconds left to go in the Mid-Michigan power play. 4:13 left to go here in the first. Still scoreless between these two squads. Puck into the far corner. Haar still trying to dig it out of there. There's a shot off the side of the net. A heck of a blast over there. I think that was fired away as that puck out there. Blasted by Lodrig. Coming in. There's another save by Rosie Smith and a goal. As they put it in, Rosie Smith with the save. They say no goal. No goal as it comes all the way back down. Oh, I thought that went in, and I am...
it hit post.
It hit post as Huffman sending it down the far boards. Tipped back as trying to knock it away back over there was Buffalino.
That second shot doesn't even count as a shot on net, and it was a amazing shot.
Yeah, it's a hit post, came right back, and good job by Grosse Pointe South to recognize it and really take it. There's a shot from the top of the far circle. Rosie Smith with a save. Battle for it on the far side is Audrey Reynolds coming down the far boards. Audrey Reynolds trying to fire it all the way down. That intercepted right at center ice, trying to feed it as Lidkey goes the other direction. Now here comes Garcia outside the far circle. That tipped away. Racing ahead, Husick trying to get back the defense. Two defenders in front. Husick outside, top of the near circle. That fired right back into the neutral zone. 18 seconds left to go in the power play. The Mid-Michigan is sent right back in deep by Grosse Pointe South. Husick being a real pain back there as that sent all the way back deep. Icing waved off as it was tipped. 6 seconds left to go. Audrey Reynolds has it in the power play. Audrey Reynolds back behind, feeds it down the near boards. Now Grosse Pointe South back to full strength. Lidkey takes it back behind the goal. Lidkey battling in along the end boards, trying to get it away from Husick. That puck still trying to get it off of the end board as that's underneath the near circle. 2:22 left to go. And it's picked up by Lodrig. Going back, wraparound attempt as that went right through the crease. Good job by Rosie Smith to stop that. Now brought all the way ahead. Buffalino gets it back to the blue line. Montrose feeds it ahead. Coming in, here comes Lodrig. Outside the near circle, Ludwig underneath the near circle, into the slot, wouldn't settle down.
Oh, goodness.
Picked
that's
up.
A good idea. Ice it.
Blasted the other way as you get a line change and a chance to catch your breath. 1:53 left to go here in the first, and a fast-moving game between these two.
That was quite a penalty kill and power play. I mean,
there were opportunities both ways.
Oh, yeah. 7-2 shots. Mid-Michigan 7, Grosse Pointe 2.
Wow. His face-off in the far face-off circle. Lodrig trying to get that away from Evans. That puck in along the far boards back into the neutral zone. Lenahan trying to knock that away as it comes all the way back. Top of the far circle. Molly Reynolds trying to keep it in as that puck right at the blue line. And sent back. Molly Reynolds racing back to center ice. Now she turns on it, trying to get around traffic as Molly Reynolds, top of the near circle. Molly Reynolds trying to get out in front as that puck into the slot or into the crease that knocked away. Puck into the near corner. Trying to dig it out of there, Lodrig. Now pulled as Evans trying to get to it. That sent all the way down the ice with 1:13 left to go here in the first. Icing called. That will head right back into the Mid-Michigan zone. Division I Michigan High School Girls Hockey League playoffs. State championship for Division I. Always does seem appropriate to play Rush at a hockey game, though. Face off in the near face off circle. That is going to be to Warren's left. As
you got to let that one go through.
Peruski gets it back to Weber at the near point. That picked up. Trying to turn on it is Leonard. That picked up, and now coming the other way. Mid-Michigan stolen right back at the blue line. Zelenuski trying to hold it in. Now racing in. Garcia has it. Garcia feeds it right around the boards. 50 seconds left to go here in the first. Puck outside the far circle. Trying to get to it back over there was Graham. Trying to dig it off of the far boards. Now that lifted back, and that will held in onto the far circle. That deflected back right into the far corner. Trying to work it and sending it around is Graham. That puck underneath the near circle. Trying to feed it out in front. Rosie Smith got a piece of it. That comes back out top of the far circle is Ludwig trying to keep it in. And puck tipped over. Now Garcia
open in
into
front.
the far
Wide
corner.
open in
16
front.
seconds left to go. It tipped away by Lenhart. Lenhart trying to get it out of the zone, but could not. Benson puts it right back in deep as Weber has it underneath the near circle. Montrose trying to knock it away. Now 3 seconds left. That tipped right back in, but a delayed offsides, and that will do it for the first. A back and forth game. Both teams had some fantastic opportunities, and both of the goalies came up big. As
two shots for South, 9 shots for Mid.
So as much as South got it into the Mid-Michigan end, only 2 shots for them and 9 for Grosse Pointe South. And both squads really good at the defense out in front, limiting the number of shots.
Yeah, Mid-Michigan's blocking a lot of shots. And it looks like South may be looking for the perfect one. They'll get over that when they see the numbers. Sure, somebody on their bench is keeping track.
Fairly even. What would you be saying to your team if you were on the bench right now?
Well, if I was Mid-Michigan, I would say let's keep it up and let's keep getting those shots from those points. Those are really causing trouble. If I'm Grosse Pointe, I'm saying, okay, we need to calm down a little bit. We need to look around and know what we're going to do before we get it. It's not read and react. It's read and anticipate. And a lot of times we're going for a puck where the player who has the direction we want to go or has the forehand on the puck is not getting the puck because we got too many people on the puck. I want to win the races, but I don't want to have both of us get there and say, no, it's my puck, no, it's your puck, no, it's their puck. So I would just have South, take a deep breath. And I mean, they won the last one, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, so
they've won the last 2. They're 2-0 versus
yeah.
Michigan.
So that, get over being overconfident and do what you did in the last 2 games to win it. Because, they're probably a little happy, and Mid is probably a little the underdog. That's a good card to play. You just got to play through it now.
Again, fantastic crowd out here. So we are very, very good.
Yeah, this is a whole different...
It's fun. It's fun. Mid-Michigan going left to right. Grosse Pointe South going right to left.
I feel like I have to yell.
The music's pretty loud, too, but that's okay.
Oh, my God, yeah. It's just like Melody on Ice at Cube last night.
Face-off, Evans trying to take the face-off versus that sent back as Ludwig had it, now coming ahead. Fired loose as Huffman trying to get it back deep. Racing back over to get it is Brennan. Brennan into the near corner of her own zone. Trying to chip it back. Battle for it outside of the near circle. Snap puck. Now into the near corner. Still trying to dig it out of there as Hoffman has it out to the near circle.
She just
walking in.
She just walked 2 people from the point.
As that puck all the way back.
And she's back to get it first. There's some long bodies that can really play D on this Mid-Michigan team.
Top of the far circle. That one got blocked. Is trying to fire it out there. That's White trying to get to it. The puck chipped top of the far circle, but fired right back by Evans into the slot. Backhanded by Mid-Michigan all the way down into the zone. Audrey Reynolds picks it up on the far circle of her own zone. Right back.
They got a long change, and they're a short one right now.
Racing over, trying to get to it. Down the near boards. Audrey Reynolds trying to move it over. White brings it in. Montrose moves it over as that's fired down the far boards. Held in back over there by Evans. Evans puts it back deep. Lidke back behind her own goal. 13:50 left to go here in the second. Scoreless so far between these 2 teams as Lux brings it in. Lux outside of the near circle. Lux trying to get it back to the near point. Fired back by Garcia. Now That lifted all the way down the ice. Montrose racing back, trying to get to it first.
Wow.
As speed back behind. That was super impressive by
Number
Ellis.
11? Wow.
Yeah, it was Ellis Smith who did a fantastic job. Now Zelenuski with a shot. That just goes wide from the top of the near circle. Picked up back in along the far boards. Benson trying to clear it away. There's a blast from the far circle that just misses the post.
Yeah,
picked up.
Nothing on net.
Buffalino trying to get to it. That puck into the far corner, excuse me.
Right there.
Out in front to stir it out as that shot. As great job by Warren to try and knock it away. Puck into the near corner. Trying to fire it ahead. Lenhart into the slot. Now Zelenuski from the near point. Trying to put it back into the near corner as that puck into the neutral zone. Har races back into her own zone to get it.
A little chirping going on there.
There is a penalty upcoming. 12:44 left to go here.
Did you see a penalty?
Thought I saw the hand raised, but I'm wrong apparently.
Yeah.
Just icing, so they'll come back into the near circle.
It was close between the two players at the blue line, but I don't think they give one for chirping yet. The swinging stick was close.
Saw a hand raised, and that was my fault. So Evans taking the face off, top of the near circle, a scoot. That comes all the way in along the far boards. Trying to get to it is Molly Reynolds. And puck still top of the far circle, trying to pull it away. Puck chipped back to the far point. Blast there by Audrey Reynolds. Out in front, backhanded shot. Saved by Warren. $12:24 left to go here in the second. Scoreless so far between these two teams. Evans in to take the face off as that's Ludwig on the other side. Pulled back behind. Fired all the way around the boards. Trying to get it into the neutral zone. Evans able to hold it in. Now Molly Reynolds into the slot. Drops it back to Evans. Evans with a blast. And Warren with a save.
Right into her glove.
Again, there was a bevy of people out in front. Tough to see. I don't know how Warren saw that coming, but 12:08 left to go here in the second.
It's good to see Grosse Pointe taking shots. Not worrying about the perfect one. Just put it on net.
Face off in the far face off circle. Luxon to take the face off. On the other side is Houston. Puck into the far corner. Mid-Michigan has it underneath the near circle. Trying to fire it ahead. Zelenuski trying to hold it in, but that goes back hard. Chases it. As chasing back. Benson trying to get to that puck. Held in at the far point.
Nice play.
Now lifted back to center. As that's sent in along the near boards. Back there was Graham. Outside the near circle. Fired all the way across into the slot. Trying to knock it away. Lux battling. Well, outside the near circle. Centering attempt as that went off the side of the net. Covered up there by Rosie Smith. 11:31 left to go here in the second. Scoreless so far between these two squads.
That was Mid-Michigan's first shot on net. So Grosse Pointe's settled down and doing what got them here.
So they have really had control this first, 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the second. Still scoreless though. Face off in the near face off circle. As Lux, that puck back
nice
to the near point, shot it.
Man, that almost went under the elbow.
Saved by Rosie Smith. Face off again between Lux and Peruski. And puck again right back behind the goal, trying to dig it out of there as it comes into the near corner. Peruski trying to get it out of there as a quartet of players trying to pull that away. That puck right back behind. Now coming from the near side to the far side, firing it ahead. Peruski. That
nice.
Chipped ahead. Now here comes.
Here we go.
Over to Lenhart. Lenhart. Shot there as a save by Warren. As Buffalino came all the way down and managed to get it over into the slot in a beautiful shot, but a great save by Warren. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That's Evans in to take the face-off for Grosse Pointe South. As that puck all the way around is Ludwig taking that face-off hard, trying to fire it right back deep into the mid-Michigan zone. 10:50 left to go here in the second. As that puck down the near boards.
Delayed offside. They didn't check out.
Lenahan trying to get it over to Ludwig. Sent right back to the blue line. Gathered up back there by Lenahan. Lenahan trying to chip it ahead. Battle for it as Evans trying to put it back deep. Still battling at the near point. Now Ludwig trying to get it over. That pulled away as Molly Reynolds had it down the far boards. Montrose swoops it back in deep. Har races back to get it in along the end boards. Right back behind Rosie Smith. That puck swept outside the near circle. Molly Reynolds trying to get it away from Lidkey. Lidkey trying to pull it off of the boards. Now Har firing it for a ride all the way around the boards. Picked up by White outside the far circle. White trying to get it out of the zone. That knocked down. Puck into the far corner. Sent back. Holding it in at the far point. Montrose with a shot from the far point. That puck underneath the near circle. Har trying to pull it away. Now it comes outside the near circle. Har lifts it all the way down the ice. That'll be icing with 9:47 left to go here in the second.
Such a different game when you can ice to get a change.
Absolutely.
I'm just not used to that.
Well, because in the college or program you do that, and your same 5 players are out there and tired.
You're gassed, and you're saying, we really don't want to do that.
Yeah, I've seen more than a few games lost that way. So.
Yep.
Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. Luxon to take the face-off, and is that in along the near boards? So it's Husick on the other side. Puck into the far corner. Audrey Reynolds trying to fire it down the far boards. Buffalino trying to get to that out in front, and really good defense as Lux had it right out in front and able to knock it away with Zelenewski. Puck right back behind the goal. Now underneath the far circle, Lux trying to maneuver, trying to get it out in front. Battle for it is Garcia out. There's a point-blank shot, and somehow Rosie Smith is able to stop it. But then the rebound gets fired in, and that was a tough series as Rosie Smith had to make a couple really good saves.
Really good saves. As a matter of fact, she came out and put a pad down. That was unbelievable. But the puck went straight up in the air, came right down on a mid-Michigan's stick.
I believe that was Garcia. We'll double-check to get that. But Mid-Michigan now up 1-0 at 7:16.
Well, I got to tell you that if I was a Grosse Pointe teammate, I'd be thanking the goalie for keeping that out for the first couple times.
Rosie Smith, a fantastic goalie Lenhart into the far corner, trying to pull it away back there. Lodrig trying to get it out of the zone, held in there by Brennan. And on top of the far circle, fired right back deep. As that's right back underneath the goal line, racing over, trying to get to it in the far corner was Lodrig.
She's open
out in front. Ella Smith with a shot. It was Garcia who got that goal as the puck in along the near boards. Swept back into the neutral zone. Brennan wants to reset for Grosse Pointe South. Fires it back deep. 8:40 left to go here in the second. Mid-Michigan with the 1-0 lead.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's not going to end 1-0.
No, not at all.
A lot of good hockey going on here.
These two teams are much more skilled than that, although their defense is fairly stifling.
Very tight, yeah.
Har races back to get it into the far corner of her own zone as pressure coming from behind.
Oh, that's the break you need right there.
Moskevich trying to get to it as that all the way back in along the near boards. Montrose has it. Lenhart chasing her right back behind. Montrose underneath the far circle trying to get it out of the zone. That brought down the far boards as Garcia trying to tip that. Lux had it. Now Brennan moves it over to Har down the far boards. That right back into the neutral zone. Lenhart coming down the far board. Lenhart gains his own. Lenhart top of the far circle, spinning with it. Lenhart. Oh, that good poke check away by Mid-Michigan. Lenhart gets it back. Now back to the far point. Har trying to hold it in. Lenhart shot from the far circle. That got blocked out in front. All the way back to Brennan at the neutral zone. Brennan fires it back deep. Montrose chasing back to get it. 7:39 left to go here in the second.
Oh, my.
Intercepted.
What a giveaway.
There's a shot as that goes just wide. Underneath the near circle. Fantastic opportunity for Grosse Pointe South. Molly Reynolds trying to get to it. And back to the near point. As knocked away.
This is a race.
Here comes Lodrig coming down as that puck knocked down. All the way back to center. Picked up. Coming ahead with it. As that will be a whistle and a stoppage in play.
They called a rough.
As that does indeed look like a roughing call as Har into the box. Mid-Michigan with the power play.
Was that on the 1-on-1 battle into the zone?
I think so. I can't tell you for sure, but
wow, that was a great hockey play at the defense. It was just a battle. Maybe there was something after.
May well have been.
Okay, so
So Mid-Michigan with the power play here.
Second chance.
7-16 engaged. This is their second power play. Puck into the far corner. Evans won as that goes all the way down the ice. 7:11 left to go here in the second. 1:53 left to go here in the Mid-Michigan power play. Coming ahead with it. That moved ahead by Huffman down the near boards as Ludwig coming in with it. Ludwig underneath the near circle. That knocked away. Picked up back behind. Now underneath the far circle. Trying to fire it out in front. As that got tipped away, Zelenewski with a really good defensive play back there. Puck into the far corner. As now it comes right back behind the goal. Lux trying to get to it all the way back to Montrose at the far point. Montrose puts it right back deep underneath there as trying to pull that back. Skewy back behind the goal trying to knock that away into the far corner. Here comes Molly Reynolds. Molly Reynolds that blasted all the way back deep. Cleared. 1:07 left to go in the Mid-Michigan power play. 6:20 left to go here in the second. 1-0 Mid-Michigan with the lead. But Grosse Pointe South has been dangerous as they intercept right at the Mid-Michigan blue line, trying to fire it ahead. Here comes Lux, though. Lux gains his own. Lux outside the near circle. As that puck right into the near corner, trying to pull that away.
Nice
As over.
Trouble.
It's a pass out in front and a blast and no
What a
goal.
save.
Rosie Smith
Where
stands on her head. I don't see it.
They got to be careful sitting on the puck. But
As
what a save.
That was a blast from the inner corner of the near circle, and somehow Rosie Smith took a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and kept it out of the goal.
She plants those pads fearlessly, man. I mean, I've never seen her play before, but I'm impressed.
39 seconds left to go in the power play. 5:55 left to go here in the second. Lux in to take the faceoff versus White in the near faceoff circle. That's to Rosie Smith's left. And puck back behind, trying to pull it away. Down the near boards was Brennan. Brennan getting it over to White. White trying to backhand it out of the zone, but that held in by Huffman. Puck outside the near circle now. Digging it off the half wall, trying to get to it into the near corner. Still digging, still battling. White in there to provide an extra stick now. Lux trying to pull it out of the way.
Good way to kill it in the corner. Perimeter is good.
Lux back behind, trying to fire it out in front as Audrey Reynolds able to poke that away. Now coming back the other direction. Here comes Grosse Pointe South as they have a 2-on-1 coming ahead with it. Audrey Reynolds, top of the fire circle.
She's tired.
And she comes back to the far point that tipped away. Penalty has expired now, but Mid-Michigan firing it ahead. There comes a foot race as Lux trying to get to it. Now into the near corner. Russell with the blast. That goes all the way around. Outside the far circle. Huffman holds it in at the far point. Rosie Smith with another great save. 5:02 left to go. Here is some good hockey.
Yeah, this is end to end.
Absolutely.
Some crazy stuff. Wow.
This would be the D1 state championship for the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League. Face-off in the far face-off circle. 5:02 left to go here in the second. Peruski in to take the face-off. Lundwig on the other side. Underneath that near circle. Chipped around is trying to feed it all the way around was Lenahan. Puck outside. Underneath the near circle, still trying to pull that away was Lodrig. Now going the other direction. And fired ahead by Zelenewski. Knocked down.
Trouble
onto the far circle. Shot there. That got deflected into the netting. 4:37 left to go here in the second. 1-0 Mid-Michigan with the lead. They scored that goal here in the second. That was with 9:16 left to go here in the second. Face-off in the far face-off circle to Rosie Smith's right. Evans in to take the face-off. As Lodrig trying to get to it. Top of the far circle. Puck back into the far corner.
Oh, it's even up, guys. You can't.
That off the side of that now comes back into the near corner. Zelenewski trying to pull it all the way down the ice. 4:22 left to go. That is going to be icing and head right back into the Grosse Pointe South zone. 4:19 left to go here in the second. Fast-paced, high-action hockey with a huge energy and a big crowd. Can't ask for anything more for a state championship.
Go hockey.
Indeed, absolutely.
Let's do that hockey.
Absolutely. Lux in to take the face off. That in along the near boards.
Nice
Evans
block.
won that. That block there. Puck right at the blue line now, coming ahead with it. White trying to fire it ahead. Really good defense by Huffman to not allow her to break three. Now Molly Reynolds outside the near circle. Here comes Mid-Michigan the other direction. Benson gets it ahead. Coming in is Garcia, the lone goal scorer. Garcia underneath the near circle. Garcia trying to get out in
nice
front.
Poke check. Good D, knock it away.
Tip back behind and along the end boards. Evans trying to get to it. Now that fired all around the boards. Outside the far circle. White with it there. White trying to dig it off of the boards. Battle for it. Still trying to get to it. Evans back over there as that goes right back behind the goal. Sent onto the far circle. Shot there as the battle for it out in front. Rosie Smith able to get a glove on it. Boy, she has been a difference maker in today's game.
When I see her make that poke check on somebody rushing the net, that's impressive.
Absolutely.
She had a defenseman with enough whereabouts to take it out of the air and throw it in the corner. Good for them.
Face off in the far face off circle. That to Rosie Smith's right. Peruski in to take the face off. The other side is Ludwig. Puck back, covered up by Rosie Smith. Will drop it again in the far face-off circle with 3:31 left to go here in the second. We will have an ice resurfacing between the second and the third.
And you're singing between periods, right?
No one wants that. I want to keep people listening. I have a voice, face, and a singing voice for radio. Or a singing voice not to be heard by anyone that comes back into the near corner. Trying to bring it around.
No.
Into the slot, trying to get a shot on it, but that knocked away by Haar into the far corner.
What a forecheck.
And Peruski underneath and along the near boards as Ludwig trying to get to it. Battle for it underneath. Lux trying to pull it off of the end boards. Puck into the far corner now. Coming along with it. Trying to chip it around. Lenhard trying to knock that away. Deflected right back into the near corner. Lenhard outside the near circle. Trying to get it back into the neutral zone. Chipped right back in by Montrose coming down the far boards. Now blasted by Haar. Intercepted. Yes, it's a danger being a linesman in the game.
Yep.
Picked up back behind. Controlled by Grosse Pointe South as they send it down the near boards. But picked up and fired right back in by Montrose. Puck back behind. Brennan is letting Haar get it. Haar underneath the near circle. 2:30 left to go. Haar brings it down the near boards. Haar over to Lenhard. Lenhard gets it top of the near circle. Lenhard into the slot. That knocked down. Good defense there by Mid-Michigan. Ricocheted ahead. Now coming down the near boards and fired ahead all the way back. Put in by Waskevich. Covered up and it's a save by Rosie Smith.
Basically, Grosse Pointe is having to ice the puck to clear the zone now. So I don't know if it's a bit of fatigue or just a fantastic forecheck or a combination, but they're struggling with clearing the zone.
2:13 left to go here in the second. Grosse Pointe really had the beginning portions of this period, but with that power play, Mid-Michigan has really taken advantage. Face off in the near face-off circle. That puck outside the near circle. Trying to pull that away. Fired all the way across by Zelenewski. Puck into the slot. Now sent by Zelenewski down the boards. Racing back to get it is Lidkey. Lidkey goes back behind her own goal. Pressure coming. Is trying to race over to get to that. Up and out of play as Skewy was back behind trying to provide some pressure. 1:49 left to go here in the second. 1-0. Mid-Michigan with the lead. Face off in the far face-off circle. That to Warren's left. Looks like Lux is going to take the face-off. On the other side is Evans for Grosse Pointe South. Puck into the far corner. Swept in along into the near corner. Lenhard with it there. Lenhard trying to knock it away. It's swept into the high slot as that's fired all the way down the ice. Racing back to get it is Russell. That puck into the far corner, and that will be icing and head right back into the Mid-Michigan zone. 1:32 left to go here in the second. 1-0 Mid-Michigan with the lead. We're setting up for an amazing third period, but still have a few ticks of the clock left in this one. 92 seconds left to go in this period. Evans again versus Lux in the far face-off circle. That puck. And along the far boards, trying to hold it back in deep as Evans put in along the end boards. Lenhard into the far corner. Lenhard.
Nice.
It's it to Evans in the slot. Good job to poke that away. Good defense by Mid-Michigan. Now Lux trying to get to it. Then pulled back the other direction by Evans. Evans, top of the near circle. Evans moves it over. As boy, that looked like it was going to be a rush one way and then the other. Fired right back in by Audrey Reynolds. Now moved down the near boards by Mid-Michigan, trying to bring it ahead.
Whoa.
As Huffman loses her stick into the slot. Shot there as Russell trying to.
Oh, those are the worst when you're goalie.
They're right on trying to jam it past you.
That and everybody's losing their sticks and nobody can get a hold of it.
Skitters down, 48 seconds left to go. Blasted by Mid-Michigan, but held in. Here comes
got a trailer. She's got a trailer.
Outside the far circle, Lenhart trying to get it back. Lux trying to get a piece of it out in front. And wouldn't settle down for Molly Reynolds as she was on the doorstep. Now Mid-Michigan trying to get it out of there. 33 seconds left to go in the period as Lodrick trying to pull it down the far boards, but sent right back in deep by Grosse Pointe South.
Man, the momentum switching this game back and forth with which team is on or not.
Leakey trying to get it back. White trying to take a shot. It feels like a basketball game where you have a game of runs.
Yeah.
As trying to pull it out. That puck down the near boards as Lux trying to feed it ahead. Coming in, Lenahan on the near circle.
Far side's open.
Good job by Har. Is that puck out in front and it goes in. As it looked like Har was going to tip it away, but Mid-Michigan with 1 second left to go is able to put it in.
She had that blocker side open. I'm not sure how it snuck by because it was on the ice, not the initial shot.
Ludwig puts that one in, and it's 2-0 with 1 second left.
I got to say, it's hard to see with the pom-poms and the signs.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's Mid-Michigan very excited down to our right.
When they get close, it's like looking through. I'm screened, coach.
Hey, they are passionate, wonderful fans for both of these teams, and we love it. That will do it. 2-0 going into the third as Mid-Michigan a goal as they had a goal at the 9:16 mark. That was Garcia who put it in, and then a goal at 1 second left as that was Ludwig who put that in, and it's 2-0. Now Grosse Pointe South will have to knuckle down and have a big third to come back. Mid-Michigan looking to hold on, and again, it is so hard to beat a team 3 times.
And South started that period out dominating.
Yes.
Picked it back up right at the end, but was outshot. South had 6 shots. I had Mid-Michigan with 12.
Wow.
So double the shots. And so shots for South are 11 and 21 for Mid-Michigan.
That's a big difference, and that doesn't hurt leading up to the 2-0 score by Mid-Michigan. We'll see what happens in the third. South has proven that they have the skills. They can certainly make a difference here, but they have a bit of a hill here in the third.
And this next goal is just gigantic because it's basically, do we have a chance? I mean, you don't quit. Do we have a chance versus we have a chance?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, 2-1 is a much different game than 3-0.
Yeah.
So
especially as tight as these games have been today,
yes,
there just is nobody. I mean, goals in women's hockey are always a premium, and this is a perfect example. You have great positioning, great defense. Goals are hard to come by, and bingo, here we are, 2-0. The last one was so tight. It's good.
Last game ended up 2-0 win by Regina Lutheran North for the D2 championship. Here we're playing for the Division I state championship of Michigan Girls High School Hockey League. We'll step away.
Just to remind you, I guaranteed that this game wasn't going to end 1-0.
You were right. Well, you were absolutely correct about that. We'll play a little music. We'll be right back and give you a rest from us. You are watching the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League Division I championship. as the teams are about to come back out onto the ice as the officials getting the nets put back on their mooring. Grosse Pointe South gathered around the door to the left, to the right, Mid-Michigan. Mid-Michigan Alliance, the Vikings gathered to the right as this should be a exciting third period. Grosse Pointe South will be going from left to right here in this period. Mid-Michigan Alliance going right to left. As 2-0, Mid-Michigan with the lead, but Grosse Pointe South has had opportunities and will continue to.
Fasten your seatbelts, folks.
Yeah, so one more period of regulation hockey left in this Michigan Girls High School Hockey League season.
He's saying it's not going to end 2-0.
Hey, I do not want to have the broadcaster curse, and then we're here for 3 overtimes. This has been a heck of a game. So very happy to be here. Thank you for all of you cheering for either of these teams. We are very, very grateful. As Grosse Pointe South gathered around, not seeing Mid-Michigan yet hitting the ice. They should be out momentarily.
Well, they're sending a ref over. That means they're close to a delay a game.
And it's hard when they don't do a countdown between. Do you normally, I mean, with the ACHA playing, they tell you exactly how long. You know it's 20 minutes.
There's a protocol posted in most locker rooms.
Yeah.
And some of the higher-end facilities will have a clock in the room.
Nice.
That helps a lot. Otherwise, we have a captain or somebody, our coach, telling out how many laps are left with a Zamboni or something like that.
Because it's easy. You're trying to get the most out of your intermission and talk to your team. And
right. And we, unfortunately, we're still curfewed. So
yes.
that's a point of contention. I'm guessing this game isn't curfewed.
I'm assuming they probably have enough time afterwards to be able to deal with everything.
Sue's had enough experience to know better than get kicked off like we did against Ohio State one year, and the fans went nuts.
Yeah, that's tough when when you're the ACHA team at Yost or something. When that clock's done, and you're off the ice. So.
Ohio State in overtime. The Ohio State fans were so mad at me, and this was back a few years. And finally, I just said, hey, I'm sorry. My name is Ned, not Red.
Yeah,
I cannot keep this ice any longer. I don't care.
Now, Coach Berenson could have, but that's neither here nor there.
That's right. I mean, it may be a public skate after us, but they are not going to change their plans because of me.
Face-off right at center ice as Evans in to take the face-off. Lux on the other side, 2-0. Mid-Michigan with the lead. This is a huge third period for the Division I state championship. Picked up and trying to fire it right back in along the boards. And lifted. And sent down the near boards. Racing over trying to get to a Garcia. That tipped in along the near boards. Trying to fire it ahead is Evans. Knocked back. Brought in by Garcia outside the near circle. Centering attempt. That got poked back. Now here comes Evans the other direction. Evans with Lenhard to her left. Evans trying to get past the defense into the far corner. That picked up, putting it right out in front as Waring gets a stick on it. Back to the far point. Zelenuski with a shot. That goes outside the near circle. Picked up into the near corner. Evans trying to move it around underneath the near circle. That comes back to Har. Har's shot just goes wide to the near side.
Pass shot there.
Into the far corner. Evans trying to move it back to Zelenuski at the far point. Now Evans puts it right back behind. Lenhard has it. Back behind, picked up by Mid-Michigan, coming down the near boards. White trying to hold it in. Back to Har at center ice. Now moved over to Zelenuski. Zelenuski moves it ahead. That deflects down the near boards. White chasing it into the near corner.
South trying to impose their will here.
Sent right back into the neutral zone by Mid-Michigan. That tipped back in along the far boards as Zelenuski trying to get it out of the zone. Zelenuski right back behind as Lenahan providing heavy pressure by Mid-Michigan. As that's tipped, Molly Reynolds goes down. Puck outside the far circle. Now there's a shot off the side of the net. That a big blast from Garcia. Puck all the way in along the far boards. Molly Reynolds trying to poke it out of the zone. Held in at the far point. As that was held in back over there by Lidke. Puck down in along the near boards. That'll get rifled all the way down. That's a shot on goal. Har puts it into the near corner. Trying a centering attempt.
What a screen.
That gets blocked down now. Picked up, coming the other direction. Here comes Buffalino. Buffalino gets it over to Molly Reynolds. That poked away, right back by Lenahan. Here comes Mid-Michigan the other direction. Mid-Michigan gains the zone. Outside the near circle, Lux trying to get to a backhanded shot by Lux. Good save by Rosie Smith.
She had a winger right there with her.
Back to the far point, that right back underneath the goal. Wrap around, trying to fire it out as Rosie Smith gets a big save there. As Lux trying a backhanded twice. Good shots on goal. Rosie Smith able to keep it a 2-0 game. 12:43 left to go here in the third.
Grosse Pointe jumped out to a good start in that period. They've just got to watch these defensemen pushing it up. And if I was Mid-Michigan, I would not hold them back. They're up 2, but they can get back the way they are. Go for it.
Evans winning it back in along the near boards, trying to fire it back deep. That puck, White trying to move it across, picked up by Lux.
Trouble.
Lux in the slot. Lux takes a shot. Rosie
save.
Smith with the
There's
save. Another shot. Rosie Smith down, sprawled out.
Puck's
the puck
still there.
over to the far side. Evans trying to get it out of there. Puck underneath. No
She
one knew
can't
where
get
it
up.
was.
No, she can't get up. Now
Back to
she's
near
up.
point. Montrose now that blasted it. Oh, that just went to the far side.
There it is
Hard
again.
trying to pick it up. That on the
That's
far
3.
corner.
Good play. Clear the puck.
Evans clears it all the way down. That's going to be icing, but that will give Grosse Pointe South an opportunity to get a breath and get a new 5 players in.
Woo.
12:11 left to go. Rosie Smith again standing on her head. Good opportunities for Mid-Michigan. Grosse Pointe South keeps it a 2-goal game. And as you said, Coach Ned, whoever gets this next goal, it is huge. Peruskian to take the face off. As on the other side is Ludwig. Pulled by Haar in along the near boards. Haar trying to move it over to Buffalino. Buffalino, that's stolen away.
trouble.
Coming in is Ludwig. Hands it into the far corner. Ludwig outside the far circle.
That's
That
good
pulled
play.
away and
Good
back
play.
into the neutral
Oh.
zone as, Buffalino looked like she had the ability to go.
Oh.
Big collision right at center ice.
I think they're going to give that to Mid-Michigan.
That fired back deep as that will be a whistle, and this will be a power play.
It's either a cross check or a hit or something.
Huffman goes into the
Roughing.
box, roughing the call. This is the first penalty on Mid-Michigan.
Yeah, South's first chance. I'll be interested in the way they move the puck, how they handle this power play.
11:44 left to go. Grosse Pointe South with the extra skater face-off in the near face-off circle. As that puck in along the near boards is Mid-Michigan able to clear it all the way down the ice. Back to get it is hard. 2-0 here in the Division I.
Well,
Michigan
they're not going to be passive on their forecheck, that's for sure.
racing ahead with it, coming down with it. Here comes Husick trying to get it back deep. That puck right at the near point. As Buffalino trying to get it back deep. Still working. Husick outside the near circle. That puck centering attempt as Har coming in. Picked up. Zelenuski. That got blocked. Har top of the near
Another
circle.
block
That's
shot.
a blast and a save into the near corner. That'll go all the way down the ice. 1:20 left to go in the Grosse Pointe South power play. 11 minutes left to go here in the third. 2-0. Mid-Michigan with the lead. Division I state championship here as that puck right ahead. Buffalino trying to get to it. That knocked right back. Zelenuski has it at the near point of her own zone. Sends it all the way across. Lenhart has it. Lenhart trying to get it back deep. Lenhart outside the far circle. That poked away. Good job by the Mid-Michigan defense coming ahead with it. Through center ice, down the near boards. Racing in with it is Lidke. Lidke puts it into the near corner. Lidke trying to get to it in along the M boards. That knocked away by Audrey Reynolds. Audrey Reynolds down the near boards. 40 seconds left to go in the Grosse Pointe South power play. Racing ahead with it. Down the far boards as that's fired by Evans and a save by Weirick. 32 seconds left to go in the power play for Grosse Pointe South. 10:15 left to go. Here in the third, 2-0 is the score.
You'd think Grosse Pointe South would have a chance to make Mid-Michigan pay for having those defensemen rush those plays up, especially with the man advantage, but they're so good at keeping possession. They're not making them pay.
Face-off in the far face-off circle. Evans wins it back, top of the far circle.
Gotta have
now
a shot.
over. Audrey Reynolds with the
There you go.
blast.
There you
Is
go.
that in?
There you go. Got to have the shot.
I think that was tipped out in front as Lenhart put it in. Beautiful shot from the near point, and Lenhart with a stick in the front, and nothing Weirin could do about that one.
Nope, that's why you Pay him to take the shot from there. Good play to move it across, improve the angle. That ought to put some life in their legs.
2-1 the score now.
Now we get to see how Mid-Michigan responds.
Face off at center ice. Usyk in to take the face off. So let's go south chant coming in along the near boards. Here comes White. White right at center ice. White trying to feed it back deep into the mid-Michigan zone. Montrose has it there. Montrose. That's sent ahead by Lux down the far boards. Fed ahead by Zelenuski. Now right back deep into the Grosse Pointe South zone. 9:50 left to go. 2-1. Mid-Michigan with the lead, but Grosse Pointe South with the last goal. That back right to center ice. Trying to fire it ahead is moved over is Huffman. Back racing ahead the other direction. Is that knocked down? Pulled in. Tipped back. Usyk had it into the zone. So it looks like I was completely wrong. Looks like it was Peruski who got it. It'll be 23.
From the point?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Look.
I thought it was mostly Mid-Michigan players with sticks there. But
now,
what do I know? I'm blind.
you and me both.
I have cataracts.
Lodrig trying to bring it in. That puck in along the end boards. Now Huffman back behind the goal. Puck into the far corner. And trying to bring it ahead back over there. Battle for it as Usyk trying to get it out of the zone now. Lodrig has it on the far circle. There's a blast. Rosie Smith with the save. 8:51 left to go here in the third. 2-1 Mid-Michigan with the lead for the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League D1 State Championship.
What class is Grosse Pointe South goalie? She a senior?
I don't know. I know I've seen her in the last couple. I'll see if I can figure that out.
I don't mean to throw something I don't know, but as a coach, you'd like to see her come back another year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go, breakaway.
And it's running away. Here comes Molly Reynolds. Molly Reynolds shot in a goal. And it is tied up. It is tied up. Molly Reynolds ties it up.
Mano a mano. Right over the glove. Right over the catcher's glove.
And we are tied.
Wow. Okay, now you got to see the resolve.
2-2 is Grosse Pointe South with two big goals here in the third, and it's all knotted up. Anyone's game now, as that was a heck of a breakaway.
What a nice move, just picked her apart. Man, there's so much noise in here. I'm having trouble hearing the whistle. I live and die by the whistle.
Absolutely. Face off in the far face-off circle. Evans in to take the face-off. Lux on the other side. Puck back to center now. Deflected as Buffalino trying to get to it. Knocked away. Puck underneath it. So Molly Reynolds on the breakaway. She gets the goal.
See, they're pinching on the defenseman that time, and they got to stop them. That's what they've got to do.
All the way back out. Har has it. Har coming down the near boards, trying to avoid pressure. It's and knocked away by Lux and fired all the way back deep into the near corner. 8:06 left to go. 2-2 is our score. As that puck brought ahead, Buffalino gets it over to Evans.
Got to
Evans
play within yourselves here, guys.
sends it to White, top of the far circle, into the slot, knocked away. Puck wouldn't settle down. Backhanded shot by White. That back to the blue line. Har with a shot that can't get through the traffic out in front. Puck into the far corner. White trying to get to it. That brought ahead by Benson. As that is a huge collision, and Zelenuski is slow to get up.
And she's going to, now.
As I know that there probably wasn't any intention there. She was looking down at the puck and didn't mean to, but
I wonder if he changed his mind if Mid-Michigan was on the ice down. I mean, normally it's the offensive play. I don't know. That's a tough call.
It is a big hit and a tough call, and we're happy to see Zelenewski come off the ice okay. We don't want to see any of these players injured.
She was just holding the blue line. The puck was in her feet.
And both players were going for it, and big collision there. And looks like we do have a Mid-Michigan player, I believe, in.
Well, they were talking to her about it with an elbow.
Yeah.
Now, from this distance with the netting, and I couldn't see. I'm not watching the game for penalties, so I couldn't say for sure, but they were both not tall players. Oh, looks like elbow.
So elbowing is the call here, 7:38 left to go.
They're talking to the coach on South.
As that was Garcia who took the call, and 2 goals this period, one at 10:08 and one at 8:38, has the game tied up. And now Grosse Pointe South has the power play. They'll have the extra skater.
I actually, when that happened, saw the hand up, and I thought to myself, which one is he taking?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's just the tough play. 2 players going for the puck, and you're just happy that no one got injured, it doesn't look like.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of times that can just be who's the taller player.
Yeah.
Because an elbow could be in somebody's ear just because they're 6 inches taller.
Absolutely. We saw that recently in a Red Wings game where it wasn't called because it was a shorter player. Back to the far point. Shot from there, deflects right back behind. Mid-Michigan trying to send it in along the near boards. That blasted as Audrey Reynolds keeps it in. Lenhart has it back behind the goal. Lenhart back as that put up by Lux. Lux in along the near boards. 2-2 is our score. 7:14 left to go. As we said, the next goal was important before. Well, it's really important now. Audrey Reynolds into the far corner. 1 minute, 27 seconds left in the Grosse Pointe South power play. 7 minutes even left to go here in the third. Fired back deep into the far corner. Back to get it is Huffman. Huffman.
They want him to dump it. Then they can't get the possession as easily.
Lenhard outside the near circle into the near corner. Battle for it there. Peruski trying to get to it.
They are all over him.
Montrose trying to knock it away. That puck in along the end boards. Now blasted.
Oh, there you go.
As there was another.
That's going to be one, I think.
That looks like the hand was raised. There's going to be another penalty. We will have a minute of 5-on-3 hockey.
We saw a little bit of that the other day.
As Montrose into the box, and this could change the complexion of this game completely.
3 straight unanswered would be something.
It would be.
Now, Grosse Pointe needs to try to keep possession and be ready for the fact that Mid is very, very aggressive on the PK. So if they're going to be that aggressive on the PK, they need to find space. And remember that somebody's always open. They got a timeout for South, I think.
Well, you really want to take advantage of this because, again, you have all the momentum with 2 goals in a row, getting this game tied. If Mid-Michigan's able to kill off a 5-on-3, a long 5-on-3, that might give them some momentum.
Absolutely.
And you don't want to give them anything if you're Grosse Pointe South, whereas Mid-Michigan, you want to keep this tied to keep you in this game.
Yep. I got to figure on a 5-on-3, they're going to be a little less aggressive.
Yeah.
So maybe South gets to work their power play a little bit more.
Yeah, that would make sense. As you can hear, the both of these squads, the Grosse Pointe South, are chanting, trying to cheer their team on.
What they're trying to do is yell over the broadcasters.
Well,
for a good reason.
They just want to give you a sense of how much energy is here. What was that? A timeout call. And Grosse Pointe South wants to talk it over. As 6:39 left to go here in the third. Again, timeout as both these squads talking things over.
Especially if your number 1 power play is tired.
Yes.
Because they've already gone 1 minute with the number 1 power play.
Yes.
Maybe your number 1 is better, considerably better than your second. This is a good time for a timeout to get them rested and let them have a minute of 5-on-3 too.
So pressure is going to be square on the Mid-Michigan defense here as 1 minute, 1 second left. And the first penalty, 2 minutes on the other. So 101 of 5-on-3 hockey here. Peruski out there, Molly Reynolds.
Might get to see the Mid-Michigan goaltender at her finest here.
Indeed. Evans, Lenhard and Audrey Reynolds out there for Grosse Pointe South, as Lodrig out there for Mid-Michigan, as that dropped back to the blue line, shot there by Audrey Reynolds.
That's what you got to be careful of
as
right
that
there.
got blocked all the way back.
Oh, you don't want to take it all the way back. You're up 5-on-3. No,
Pressure by Lodrig. Down the near boards, Lenhart has it. Lenhart coming over the blue line. Lenhart feeds it down the far boards. Molly Reynolds gets it into the zone. Molly Reynolds. She had the game-tying goal into the near corner. Molly Reynolds back behind the goal. Underneath the far circle. There's a blast there as that was knocked away. Another shot that just goes wide. Tipped right back behind and blasted all the way around the near boards. Into the neutral zone. It goes. Audrey Reynolds back into her own end. 19 seconds left to go on the 5-on-3.
See, sometimes they're a little programmed to do this, and you got to figure that nobody's pressing them. You can go now. You don't have the time. You don't want to waste a 5-on-3.
Peruski sends it down the far boards. Brought in. Shot there. Will go wide into the near corner as the first penalty has expired. Now 5-on-4 hockey. As the puck shot there by Leonard as battle for it out in front. Another blast, and Weirin able to make 3 saves there.
Well, they got shots on the last couple seconds of that, but they were a little short early on.
Fresh 5 come in for Grosse Pointe South.
Again, like from the first game, I doubt they practice 5-on-3. So that whole break-in and everything is just so different.
Yeah. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. That to the left of Weirin. 51 seconds left to go in the power play. It's that puck. Back behind the goal. Now in along the near boards. Trying to get it out. That fired all the way down the ice hard.
That's huge.
Back over to get it. Lodrig again back trying to provide pressure with 35 seconds left to go. Puck over to White. White coming down the far boards. Lenahan fires it right back in. Now Lodrig trying to provide pressure. Puck all the way in along the near boards as Skewy trying to put it back. That brought back in by Lux into the near corner as that's a shot on goal with 19 seconds left to go in the power play.
I thought they might call interference on that play at center ice too.
5:58 left to go here in the third. 2-2 is our score.
Who is talking about overtime?
I said regulation. I said very little about overtime, my friend.
You think it's James over there that's causing all these overtime?
I'm sure it's my fault, but that's okay. I'm willing to admit that. Ludwig in to take the face off. As Evans shot right off in along the end boards. Audrey Reynolds with it there. 14 seconds left in the Grosse Pointe South power play. Puck into the far corner. Brought around by Peruski.
Just take off.
Peruski coming down the near boards. Peruski gets past Lenahan over to Lenhart. Lenhart. Top of the near circle, Lenhart. Shot that got all the way back outside the far circle as Mid-Michigan back to full strength. That puck fired all the way down the ice. Now Audrey Reynolds has it top of the near circle, firing it into the neutral zone. Lux brings it right back in. Lux with a shot that goes wide into the far corner. Rosie Smith dumping it there. 4:20 left to go. Here in the third, 2-2 is our score. Here comes Molly Reynolds. She had a breakaway to tie the game. Molly Reynolds all the way across. Good job by Montrose to get stick on it.
That's that length.
That puck back to the far point. Now deflected. Held in at the far point.
Hold that line.
Trying to battle. Now it slips back out into the neutral zone. Evans retreats to her own blue line. Gathered up by Molly Reynolds. Back to Evans. Under 4 minutes left to go. As coming in, Molly Reynolds, top of the near circle.
Nice.
Blast.
Never saw it.
Never
saw it. What a shot. Right off. Never saw it. Right over her glove.
Just inside the inner corner of that near post.
That was a snipe.
It was, and
you know what? She didn't stop moving her feet. No, the goalie had no inclination that puck was coming. That was a big league shot right there.
Second goal for Molly Reynolds. She tied it up. Now put them in the lead, 3-2.
Now you see, Mid had all the momentum from killing that two-man penalty.
Yes.
And now it's all been taken away. So Mid's going to take a timeout here because they just got, they should have been rocking after killing that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey guys, just be super careful by that goal. Just be super careful. Otherwise, I'm off air.
Are we on?
Oh, we are on. I just wanted to warn. There's a lot of people around my power cord, so I'm paranoid. I'm willing to admit I'm paranoid. as timeout called. Now Mid-Michigan trying to get this going. Grosse Pointe South has 3 straight goals as Mid-Michigan had the 2-0 lead coming into this period. And it was a power play goal that got things started for Grosse Pointe South, and they're able to get 3 goals in this third period with 3:49 left to go. Mid-Michigan's going to have to find a way to flip that momentum again to try and get this game tied up.
And see, doubt is entering Mid-Michigan's mind now because they know that they've lost 2 to them. So you've got to overcome that and just push. I mean, you get some shots from those points, this could be tied up very easily. I mean, they've outshot them this period. Actually, shots this period are even, which is pretty good considering they were killing a penalty.
Considering they were killing penalties off multiple times.
9-9, so.
Face off right at center. Luxon to take the face off versus Husick. That puck back into the Grosse Pointe South zone. Stopped by Rosie Smith. 3:43 left to go. Here in the third. 3-2. Grosse Pointe South trying to repeat as state champions. They beat University of Liggett last year. First time University of Liggett had been beaten in a while.
What do we got here?
Zelenuski talking to the official. And we have a power play for Mid-Michigan as roughing call against Zelenuski.
Must have been protecting the goalie.
I would imagine.
It's at Mid-Michigan's third power play, I think.
It is. I think we're now, yep. That puck brought back, trying to fire it across, back behind the goal. Lux has it there. Lux underneath the near circle. Lux trying on to the far circle, gets it back into the near corner. Lenahan trying to get a shot away. That puck back into the near corner. Mid-Michigan trying to get it across to Lux. That puck back behind. Now Molly Reynolds fires it down the far boards. Trying to pull it away back over there is Lodrig. Lodrig trying to get it out of the far corner. Lodrig trying to get a shot away. Battling as
2
out
players
in front.
down.
As Huffman out in front. Shot there, Rosie Smith. That into the near corner. 1:23 left to go here in the third. As trying to fire right back in is Lux as Mid-Michigan has to touch up. As
They're
the puck
let him play.
as Har has it back behind the goal, firing it in along the far boards as Buffalino gets it back into the neutral zone. Mid-Michigan retreats. 1 minute, 4 seconds left to go. Here comes Montrose. Montrose, that blocked by Molly Reynolds. Now White backhands it to the blue line. That fired all the way down the ice. As that'll go just to Warren's right. Picked up back behind there. And
well, we're short.
That should not have been icing.
No, they're down a man.
They're going to have to bring that back at center ice,
which is actually not good either. But
you just can't bring it back into the Grosse Pointe South zone if something like that happens. So if someone accidentally blows the whistle, I could not be an official. If you think you could do a better job, reach out because we need them. We've had games canceled due to lack of officials. It is not an easy job. Huffman trying to get over.
Been an official, don't want to do it again. These guys are getting rattled, but I'm not surprised. I'm rattled as a broadcaster with the noise in this place.
Absolutely. Back to the far point. Shot there by
shot.
Mid-Michigan.
Uh-oh,
now over. Grabbing it, Lux. Lux fires it. That just wide to the near side. 2:15 left to go. 30 seconds left in the power play.
Keep your eyes on the puck, guys.
Trying to pull it back is Skewy trying to get it out of the boards.
Just killing time.
Comes right back in along the near boards. Peruski traveling.
Smart play because she had a point ready to load up. She sent it out there.
Audrey Reynolds trying to bank it out of the zone. Held in at the far point.
Nice play.
As that tipped away. Huffman holds it in as Peruski almost got it out of the zone. Garcia back behind the goal. Garcia. That's sent back, held in, top of the near circle. Huffman puts it back into the near corner. Power play has expired. 1:42 or 1:41 left to go.
Send it up. Oh, we had a girl at center ice.
Fired back into the neutral zone, trying to turn on it. Huffman backhands it deep. That picked up by Lenhart. Lenhart trying to get it out of the zone.
When are they going to pull her? When are they going to pull her?
And outside, 1:26 left to go. As Warren still, Warren to our right, still in the goal. Peruski. Now she goes. Mid-Michigan holding the goalie for the extra attacker. Held in at the near point. Montrose fires it back deep. 1 minute, 14 seconds left to go. Empty goal to our right. White trying to get to it.
Good right there.
As that in
She's
along
got
the
an
near
open
boards.
Got an
Picking
open
up
net.
is Lenhard. Lenhard fires it
He
all the
needs
way
a
down
bounce.
the ice. Racing back over to get his Huffman,
Ice.
but that will be icing. And that is always tough when they pull the goalie on you, but you're not on the penalty kill, so you can't ice the puck.
Yeah.
59.7 seconds left to go here.
If you do, you better be good on the draw.
State Champs heading down. By the way, you can see some highlights on State Champs' website. They're here as well. We're very grateful for them covering the state championships. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Evans taking the face-off. On the other side is Ludwig.
Nice, you tied her up.
White
Tied her up.
trying to get it
Just
ahead.
clear it.
Held
Just clear
in.
it.
Good job by Montrose.
Smart play.
Now Buffalino coming down with it. Buffalino at the blue line. 49 seconds left to go. Chipped in along the near boards. Picked up. Montrose heading the other direction. Montrose trying to fire it ahead. Brought in by Lux outside the near circle. 40 seconds left to go. 3-2. Grosse Pointe South with the lead. Lux into the near
Two
corner.
people
from
in
Michigan.
front.
Out in front. Backhanded shot out there as that comes back into the far corner. Puck onto the near circle. White trying to get it out of the zone. 26 seconds left to go. Now bringing it in. There's a shot that just goes wide. Coming in along the far boards, trying to chip it ahead is Linke.
Deep.
And back into the far corner. 14 seconds left to go. The puck down the
there
far board. Shot is knocking it away. 8
think
seconds
that's
left
it.
to go. Puck outside the near circle. 6 seconds left to go. That fired over. 3 seconds left to go. The puck into the far corner. Launched. And 0.4 seconds left up on the board. But I believe, there we go. It's Grosse Pointe South with the win. They dive on Rosie Smith, who definitely deserves a lot of praises. She played her guts out. Fantastic game by both of these two squads. It's really too bad that one of these teams had to lose, as they both played their guts out. But 3 straight goals in the third, and Grosse Pointe South repeats as Division I state champions. As
32 shots for Mid-Michigan. So if you were going to name an MVP, you might have to think about Grosse Pointe South goalie.
Absolutely, Rosie Smith did a heck of a job.
20 shots for herself.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Michigan Girls High School Hockey League Division I winner, the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils, as they gather around the boards and all their fans go crazy, waving their nice, wonderful yellow pom-poms there.
Is that maize?
I like to call it maize, but I'm sure it's not quite officially that color.
No, you can't have it. Nobody else in the world's allowed to have maize except Michigan. People.
Exactly.
It's like the varsity fonts. Now, that was a ball. And I'll tell you, I was very impressed with Grosse Pointe South at the end. They weren't worried about scoring into that open net as much as they were clearing the zone.
Absolutely.
So Coach said, look, no icing, just get it out of the zone. We're not trying to score an open net unless it's right there. Let's be smart. And I was really impressed with that.
Yeah, because it's easy to just ice it a bunch of times, and then it keeps on coming back into your own end.
And they get to work their formation.
Best tradition in all of sports, the post-game handshake, and we will have medals here for the Division I champions and the runners-up. We'll keep it here for the medal ceremony. But what a game, and what a fantastic game for Michigan high school girls hockey, and showing that at the high levels, this is a beautiful game, and back and forth.
Loving the game, growing the game. That was those two fantastic games. I got my money's worth.
Absolutely. And again, we do want to mention there is a PWHL game coming up on March 16th. That will be at Little Caesars Arena. Go on out. We'd love to see you there. I got my tickets. Again, we want to prove to the PWHL that we deserve a PWHL franchise. Hopefully someday a D1 NCAA team as well.
At Michigan. Or anywhere would be good.
I will say anywhere. I would be especially excited about that one place, though. Yes.
That one place.
Hey, I'm trying to be neutral.
Game's over, Mark.
Yep. As both squads lining up on the blue lines.
This is nice how they make this so special.
Absolutely.
After seeing the fan support, how hard these ladies played, it's good to see it treated this way.
And I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but runner-up is no small feat.
No.
Right now it feels like it's the end of the world for them, but it is no small feat to be second in the D1 in the state. And both these squads played their guts out. So they're going to give the runners-up their medals here. As Anthony comes over to get her runner-up medal. And she skates over, and again, I love this, giving a shake to each of the coaches and each of the fans there as Benson comes over to get her runner-up medal. So I love the sportsmanship here. As Blue comes over to get her medal. Garcia. She had a goal. Good game for her. Huffman comes over to get her medal, runner-up medal. Kirkman over to get her runner-up medal. As Lodrig coming over to get her medal. Again, we appreciate all the fans who came from a ways away. As Lidkey coming over to get her medal. Lenahan comes over to get her medal. Lutz over to get her medal, top scorer for Mid-Michigan. Montrose over to get her medal. Played a big role on the defense for Mid-Michigan. As Russell over to get her medal. As up getting that is Smachinski. Sturritt goes over to get her medal. Olivia Wagner over to get her medal. Mackenzie Wagner over to get her medal. As out, it's Waskevich. Warren over to get her medal. As John Lenahan over to get his medal. Colleen Lenahan. Williams, I believe, gets her medal. Ella Ball over to get her medal. And now the captains will skate over and they will get the runner-up, Division I state runner-up plaque. And that's something you will appreciate a lot more weeks and months from now than right in this moment, but it is a huge accomplishment by this Mid-Michigan team to be the runner-up. And in a one-goal game where both of these teams played their guts out, it was an amazing game, and we are just very thankful to be able to broadcast it and bring it out to you folks. Up after this will be the medals for each of the Grosse Pointe South players and coaches. Then they will get their Division I state championship plaque.
And now, can we all please give a round of applause for
And now announcing the 2025 Division I Michigan Girls High School Hockey League state champions, the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils.
When your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Medals are being awarded this evening by Athletic Director Andy Rischbauer.
Andy Rispauer, Athletic Director for Grosse Pointe South, out there handing out the medals.
Number 6, Sophia Brennan.
Brennan skates over to get her championship medal.
Number 10, Gianna Buffalino.
Buffalino skates over to get her medal.
Number 18, Abby Evans.
Evans skates over to get her medal. Graham skates over to get her medal.
Number 44, Charlie Har.
Har skates over to get her medal. So they had some huge moments late in that third period.
17, Sophia Husick.
Husick skates over to get her medal.
Number 52, Ruby Leonard.
Leonard skates over to get her medal.
Number 77, Layla Muskie.
As that's Skewy getting her medal.
Number 23, Bella Peruski.
Periski goes over to the AD to get her medal.
Number 27, Audrey Reynolds.
Audrey Reynolds skates over to get her medal.
Number 68, Molly Reynolds.
Molly Reynolds, a pair of goals for the team. She had a fantastic game. Quick step, able to get past the defense.
Number 15, Frances
Ring
Ring.
goes over to get her medal.
Number 11, Ella Smith.
Ella Smith skates over to get her medal.
Number 21, Rosie Smith.
Rosie Smith, who I think Coach Ned and I, if we gave a star of the game, she would have the first star of the game. She played out of her mind, played really well.
Even with a teammate who scores 2 goals, she held them. She kept them in it.
Sun getting her medal there.
Number 5, Wells Weber.
Weber skates over to get her medal.
Number 7, Kylie White.
White goes over to get her medal.
Number 3, Anna Zalewski.
Zelenuski goes over to get her medal. We're glad that she was all right. Big collision out there, and she was off the ice for a few moments, but we're happy she's okay.
Bollinger.
Alexis Bollinger, head coach for Grosse Pointe South.
Your head coach at large, Jared DeHaven.
Jared DeHaven over to get medal.
Assistant coach, Cam Shocker.
Kanja over to get a medal.
Assistant coach, Joe Smokowski.
Joe Schmokowski, assistant coach, going to get a medal.
Captains, will you please come forward?
So one assistant coach who didn't get called, but here comes the captains as they're going to come over and grab the Division I Michigan Girls High School Hockey League Championship Trophy. As the captains have it, they'll get some lovely pictures there, and then, again, as you said, looks like a yard sale back in the Grosse Pointe zone as you have all the gloves and sticks out there.
A little more consolidated so that you don't kill as many people this time, but
Let's please acknowledge these 2 fine teams for their
Again, one more time, what a fantastic game between both squads. Huge congratulations to Grosse Pointe South. Congratulations to Mid-Michigan for being the runner-up and getting to this point in a one-goal game. That was just absolutely fantastic. Instant classic here. As we want to thank you as we were able to cover all the games in the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs. We're very grateful. Thank you to Ben, who did a fantastic job. My camera people, Megan Wiseman, James Wiseman, and more. Coach Ned with us on color for the championship games, which have been fantastic. And
go hockey.
absolutely, go hockey. And my name is Mark Wiseman. It is a privilege and a pleasure. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting these teams. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and go women's hockey.
Yeah, good night.